everyone, welcome back to another episode of Alumni Chronicles from PIBA. This is Shweta, and I'm excited to bring you yet another inspiring career story. Today, we have with us Manish, who brings 4 years of professional experience with a strong background in feature development and client relationship management. His journey into the world of business analysis is both inspiring as well as insightful, especially for those who are looking to pivot their careers and grow in this dynamic field. So, Manish, it's pleasure to have you here in PIBA Chronicles. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. Thanks for the chance.
How are you doing today, Manish?
I'm doing good, Shweta. Thanks for asking.
All right. So, let's get started with your introduction, then we'll take it forward from there.
Yeah. So, Shweta, so I had a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. So, starting from uh, after completing my bachelor's degree, I was moved to Amazon. I was working in Amazon as an analyst.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was more to be not a business analyst profile, but it was a club of business analysts and data analysis part where
Mm-hmm.
I had few roles to manage the had the requirement and to work on UATs, and also data analysis part to be generating reports and work on Power Dashboards and Excel reports.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in a way like it was been 2 years in Amazon, and I was stuck at a point like, so it was nowhere to go for me, like no upskilling myself. I can't see myself where I'm being going ahead. So I thought to explore all the opportunities for me being a 2 years in professional software journey. I explored all the opportunities being a program software engineer or a tester, manual tester, or coming up with program management. So I find a dynamic role of business analysis. So I was initially attracted with the business analysis. Then in the deep down, I came to know business analysis of two types of business analytics and business analysis. So
Correct.
briefing down like difference between business analytics and business analysis. I was more into business analysis based on like a working relationship with stakeholders as well, coming up with the team, collaborating with different types of team. And the main agenda where I had chosen the business analysis part, like I had a sense like in the meantime, in the rapid growing of this technology, I can see like all the softwares, all the programmatic languages, or any other working with can be replaced with AI, but there is no AI tool which can replace the interaction with clients, the interaction with team members, the interaction with all the teams and gather their emotions in the requirements part, like their understanding. So I had a chance, like, see, yeah, it's a career where the major AI dependency is null. Even if we had, it might help for the business analyst profile, but it can't nullify the entire business analysis roles. And as well, having a healthy relationship with clients as well, also the team members would enrich me in like further development in program management as well. So I was got sure to choose the business analysis. Then before starting business analysis, I had few theoretical workshops to be mentioned. So it was morely based on theories and few paper-based projects. So initial days I was pretty confident. Like I was in a ideology of having these theoretical knowledge, which helped me to grab a role in any company, and I can put these theoretics in real time. But when I was grabbed an offer and I was into a startup company, initial 6 months was well and good, but later on it was pretty hectic. I was in a state like, yeah, I am up and I am in a state of having like stressful, not able to handle any of these like program management or business analysis part. So after a year, I was make sure to like it's not the way I have been into in the last 1 year. It was kind of a mess. I thought to upskill myself to have a proper business analysis and also what I'm missing, and I had analyzed myself when I was in these journeys. So I had a sudden bomb of layoffs in the company. I was laid off in the last December 2024. Then I was having these multiple interviews coming up with, and I had given more than 10 to 15 interviews, and all of them, apart from that, around 4 to 5 interviews have been moved to technical and managerial round, and then HR TQ4 rounds have been moved to HR, and after then it was no show. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know I hadn't hear from them back, and having responses like the position has been on hold. So in these typical journey, it was been 2 months if with no job and anything. So I was going to these daily struggles of having updating no career profiles, going through LinkedIn for new job opportunities, referrals. Then I had a glance at the bunches post in LinkedIn. So I was pretty like I thought it was initially. It was a generic post of having in a LinkedIn advertisement. So then I had a chance like, so give it a try, and I was able to have gone through the bunches profile, the Interact journey. I thought somewhere it might be the right platform. Let's have it. Don't judge on a first basis. Let's have it a try. Let's have this as the masterclass have been available. So I had joined the first masterclass in February. So after the masterclass, so based on interaction with Dibanshus after the class, I had an like I was able to identify where I lack and where I need to focus more on that. And I also attended the next few master classes. So based on all these master classes, and also apart from the inputs from Dibanshus, I was able to secure a job offer before attending the PIBA's master class. It was pre-ordered day. So it I felt like it was the right option to choose after long these struggling days. So I was continued to, I thought like even even if the master classes have been secured me the goal of achieving the interview offer. So I don't want to be in the same stage after 3 hours if I laid off again. So I thought to build up myself strong in business analyst domain, and I thought to continue these business analysis PIBA master class. And after having these master class, I was able to having a strong understanding of what's need to be done at what time and what should be our agenda to be go ahead in different aspects of clients or team members. So after PIBA master classes, I had able to secure another offer, and I was right now I'm having 3 months off in a new job.
Oh, amazing, Manish. Thank you so much for sharing your entire journey up till now. And two things that I mean, you tried multiple roles in your initial days,
Yeah.
which was a great thing. I think that gave you an opportunity to explore different roles and come up with which role suits you more. So, and the second thing that you highlighted was about the AI, at the AI and business analysis, how BA role is more aligned to customer empathy and it's more into the stakeholder management and involved in the business part of it, which AI won't be replacing completely. There will be definitely, as you mentioned, tools which will help BAs, but they cannot replace BAs.
Yes.
So thanks for highlighting these two things also in your introduction part. Now I would like to know more, although you researched a lot and you like you were in different roles and then finally you came across business analysis and you decided this is the role that I want to go ahead with. But so while you were in the job of with Amazon, right? You were doing data analysis as well as BA. So I would like to know what all things related to business analysis that intrigued you more than data analysis, which is
Yes.
also very hot role, right, in the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you just and being in Amazon, so I just want to know around that.
Yeah. So in Amazon, like, so the main difference would be as coming to BA role. So I had exposure to multiple teams, like multiple people from different regions like UK, Australia, and US. So I felt there I had scope. Yeah. So I'm a person like who loves to travel, interact with people. So there I felt a chance like, so even I'm not capable to roam around the world, I can have a chance to interact with different kinds of people, to collaborate with different types of teams, to
Hmm.
understand their daily activities as well. And apart from that, so major documentation and working on UAT, like um, uh, the coming to these BRD documentation, and apart from these various diagrams in business analysis part. So it intrigued me like working on these diagrams, like before working on this, so I need to be able to understand what is like the current client or the team has been working on, what their complete process and what they are aiming from. So this made me a chance to understand their all the working flows of their existing client or a company and what they are aiming for, which gives me a knowledge of like what the technology is coming up with and the technology can expect in the coming future. Coming to a data analysis part, it was more of a like pulling the data, coming to analyzing the data and having reports, dashboards, working on this. So even in Amazon, I had a chance to work with an AI. So I was shocked like when I had a prompt with AI, so it can generate like all the work I have been done in a day, it can generate in a single minute or a couple of minutes. So I thought even it might be not now, but coming future in the down the line in 10 or 5 years, so it can be completely replaced by AI.
Yeah,
And
nice.
so, like, going up in the career, like in the same domain of data analysis, even there might be opening up a data scientist. Like, so data analysis part is good. Like, I can manage data analysis part, but when coming to upskill myself in data analysis part and go up with data scientist, it was more to be a core background of programming knowledge as part of logical thinking, which I
Mhm.
felt like coming from a non-tech background like mechanical engineering. I'm not sure, like I wasn't able to cope up with that. Like, I don't want to be in a state in any future, like landing in data scientist, coming up with 1 2 years, and in the middle of nowhere I am stuck and I'm not able to fulfill my roles in data scientist. So I had a blocker in moving up with data analysis. So I choose business analysis. Like, the main agenda I would be having is like my interest in the role and what would be the career in the role. Like, in the coming down the line, what would be my role of only business analyst, and the coming future moving up to a senior business analyst or a program manager or product management, product owner. So these kind of roles. So based on these inputs, I have been choose business analysis.
Interesting. I mean, yes, so you have your career path, like what you have want to, what role you want to be next in, and also, when it comes to data analysis, it's more related to data, and it also needs some background in programming language. So yeah, thanks for highlighting these things. I would also like to know, so when you finally decided to go ahead with any course for business analysis, what was the research like? Like, you stumbled upon PIBA that you mentioned, but were you researching about it? Have you ever joined any other courses? What was that journey about?
Yeah, Shweta, like once I decided to like jump into the business analyst role. So I was researching like what is business analyst. I thought before landing in a course, I thought I should have some basic information, basic knowledge on business analysis. So I was researching on like as I mentioned, what would be the career in business analyst, what would be the daily activities of business analysis, and also like what is the main difference between business analytics and business analysis, and what are the technologies or like methodologies using in business analysis, and what is the current scope of different methodologies or frameworks in business analysis, and also program management tools. So I had enough of research and going through multiple courses like upgrad, simply learn everything. So
Mhm.
I found most of the courses have been clubbing business analytics and business analysis. So I wasn't able to cut it down to specific business analysis part. Then I find one of the like same as well in the LinkedIn. I found one of the workshop details and I was enrolled in that. So it was related to around 4 weeks of program, same similar to PIBA, but it was more of a theoretical background, like giving a theoretical knowledge completely, like different methodologies, what are the methodologies, BRDs, documentations, everything in theoretical part. So there was no point of having uh, related to practical knowledge or practical working on in real time. So there
Mhm.
was been a couple of projects on that after the course, but it was only on the base of paper.
Mhm.
And so as I'm starting new to the B.Ed domain, so it was helpful for me like to grasp the theoretical knowledge and have some working on a one project in paper based. Like, it was not 100% sure, but I had some knowledge to work on with, and I worked on myself after the course, and I was landed on the job. It was in a startup company. Then after being in 1.5 year in startup company, so I thought I was being laid off, and I started again in the same place where I have been before joining the startup. And like, I was kind of a mess what to be chosen, and what is the like being like from the companies being almost 1.5 year 2 years from experience, they expect something from a BA to have some knowledge in real time. So I was lacking that, and apart from that I was lacking what to represent in interviews and what should be mentioned and how the real-time business analysis profile works.
Mhm.
So, like, which is the main reason I was failing in interviews in the initial days. So then I was co- coming up with other. So I wasn't in interested to have new masterclass or a new workshop. So I was
Mhm.
just going to job careers in the LinkedIn and different BA articles to go through with. Then I had a glance at PIBA Masterclass. So I was it initially I was Enric like, so it was same marketing agenda like all the other courses in market. Then I had a chance of like, so let's give it a try. I was going through all the Aluminius network, and also Divanshu's profile, how the Interact journey has been started. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought, and at the same time, Divanshu mentioned in his LinkedIn profile a free masterclass. So I thought, let's enroll in the masterclass. Let's see what it reads to. And then I had a chance to interact with Divanshu in the masterclass. Then after the masterclass, I had like, yeah, PIBA is not the same as other in the market. It's completely different. So why I had chosen PIBA, like apart from after the masterclass, is that so apart from theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge, it gives you the like how the ideal BA should work and the mindset how the BA should have to be, and having these practical insights, working up with all the practical other BAs in the same time in the workshop, apart from having practical insights, which help me like, so this is the real-time environment of a BA in a real-time professional world in software industry. So these all these inputs made me to crack multiple job offers in very soon. Like I was been jobless for over 2 to 3 months. Then I joined PIBA in March. So like to start with my journey with PIBA, in Dibanshu, to be precise, it was on February 2021 around. I was joined the first masterclass in the month of very short span of 1 month. So I had attended three masterclasses and I was able to score another job offer. Then I enrolled in PIBA 22nd full-time workshop. Then I had enrolled, able to secure other two offers at the end
Oh,
of the PIBA masterclass.
amazing, Manish. Congratulations for that. So while sharing your entire PIBA journey, you touched based on very important aspect was related to interview and the struggles that you faced during the interview. So I would like to know the main part of the interview is about the project justification, right? When it comes to BA role. So how did you prepare yourself for project justification for the interviews?
So, coming to project justification, it was more upon what I have done. Like before, like in my initial days of interviews, I was mainly focused on so what I have done in the company, not more to the project wise, and it was only solely recommended, focused on documentation part, user stories part. But
Mm-hmm.
then, so I had understanding I was failing somewhere in this aspect. I need to come up with something which I have been into. Once a discussion with enrolling in master classes and also had a couple of conversations with Divanshu. So I came to an understanding it's not about a generic answer coming up with like, so the interviewer can expect. So in a day-to-day basis, the interviewer can have 10 to 15 rounds of candidates and everyone having the same answer. Like I have worked on user stories, I have worked on ceremonies, all these things. Like
Right.
so, yeah, it was a conversation with Divanshu as well. Like so, he mentioned like it was not to be crack the interview. You should not be in the same 99% of all the candidates. You have to
Mm-hmm.
come up with something new which should be unique, and also at the same time which you need to be justified when answer triggered in further in the interview. So I
Mm-hmm.
was worked with Dibanshu and Rishikesh on that, and I made a justification of having like what have been done in these 1.5 years as a business analyst, not only on the main aspects of business analyst roles, but also coming up with what are the projects, what was your role in that, what was the like solution you came up with for the project or the client, and coming up with what was the budget cut down cost for the client, and at the end of that what was the client relationship with the product and how satisfied with that, and also
Right.
having that healthy relationship with client on every day of the project life cycle, and communicating with teams and maintaining that aligning everyone in the same line is a critical part, and mentioning these all these inputs with real time, like what I have been done with real time examples of my previous role helped me in that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Manish, for highlighting how you managed project justification and how there was a gap between the project justification that you were answering before and after the course. So it is surely gonna help a lot of candidates out there. Moving ahead now, since you have joined a new organization and you're working into full-fledged BA role, I also want to know, have you already started using AI as part of your role in your
Yeah.
organization? And at which stage it is?
Okay. So even I was pretty shocked in this organization. So in the start of my day one, so everything, even the manager, everything, they just come up with use AI. Use AI. They just said, don't stress yourself. We have like the best part is the company have all the AIs in the technology, like all the subscriptions as well. And so they are keen to go with work with AI product, like make sure your productivity is 100%. Don't
Hmm.
go with working yourself on that. And so in my current role, I use day-to-day wise every aspect, like to summarize the meeting summary, come up with like coming up with framing emails, also BRD, working on BRD, see the stories, everything I use. Like, see, I can't say like, so I completely rely on AI. So what I in a day-to-day life I do is that I will have my own notes and my home meeting summary, then drop the summary same to the AI and generate the meeting summary with transcripts as well. So this
Hmm.
helps me to not to miss any points mentioned
Point.
in the meeting summary, or also not to miss any requirement, or not to miss any aspects of technical or functional requirement in the BRDs as well.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. So you have started using tools. That's awesome. Good to know about it. And eventually it is going to increase. So all the best for that. So it was nice talking to you, Manish.